Good day, everyone. Coach Dax here for Weaponized Boxing, and today we're going to take up a very simple rule in boxing, and I'm sure all of you have heard this. It's called nose over toes. All right. So simply put, okay, it means, what does it mean? It means exactly what it's trying to say. Okay, you put your nose over your toes. You put a line from your nose down to your front toes. Okay. Now, what does that mean exactly, or what, how does that look like? So it looks like this. I'm orthodox. I'm right-handed. So when I fight empty hand, I fight with my right hand, or my more powerful hand in the rear, and my jabbing hand in the front. I prefer a very neutral stance or a very relaxed stance. I don't like the wide stance, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, because whether you prefer the wide stance or the neutral stance, you always have to have your nose over your toes. This will ensure that you're always balanced. So even if you're doing a neutral stance, bam, 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 always nose over toes. If you're doing a wide stance, doing a McGregor, yeah, nose over toes. So when you throw a punch, always maintain that line. Oh, see? When you throw a jab, nose over toes. When you throw a straight, nose over toes. Oh, oh. You don't want to go over that line. See? Now I'm over. Okay? Straight, same thing with the straight. You don't want to overreach. People do this when they don't want to get close, when they're too afraid to get close, or when your opponent is too mobile and you can't find an opening, you can't get near the guy because he's a good counter puncher. All right, you try to swoop in like you would the Superman punch. Okay? By the way, I don't like Superman punches, so there, I said it. Okay, always keep nose over toes. This will ensure your balance. Rather than doing this, put your step in. You step in. Boom. See? Same range. Boom. Boom. You want a straight? Boom. Okay? Step in. Don't overreach. Now, this is especially true when you have a knife with you. Okay? I'm sorry if I seem to be getting a little bit worked up, but I'm going to get to that in a bit. All right. When you have a knife, okay, wrong stance. Always keep your balance. Okay, keep your balance. Don't overreach. Don't overreach. Why? Because if you overreach, you lose your balance. Okay. When you lose your balance, when you're fighting empty hand, the worst thing that can happen to you is if you fall down or you get knocked out, right, with a punch. The worst thing that can happen with a knife, so many things can happen with a knife. If you're off balance, your more footwork adept opponent can stab you, can counter with a stab, and you have no way of defending yourself. You can fall down and trip over the knife. Okay, so don't do it. If you want to move forward, step in. Okay, step in. All right, we're going to talk about stepping in later videos, but for now, just remember not to go over your toes with your nose. Always keep that balance. Now, if you miss, that's okay. It's okay. Just stab again. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you feel that you have to do this, don't. Okay. Now, why am I worked up? Because I see a lot of sparring videos or even teaching videos of people teaching sparring with knives or fighting with knives, where they do this in a match. And they go, or they even run, lifting their feet to propel them like a Superman punch. Good luck with that. That's gonna get you killed. That's gonna get your students killed. Don't do it, okay? First of all, it looks stupid. Sorry for my Sorry for my bad language, but it does. It looks dumb, right? Secondly, it's gonna get you killed, right? So don't do it, okay? What you do is nose over toes. Nose over toes, okay? Nice and relaxed. Nose over, every time. Punching, nose over toes. Nose over toes. Don't do this. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this, okay? Do this. Boom, boom, okay? Nose over toes.